What is going on, you guys? It's Alex. It's Alex. I'm back with another video, and I do realize that this is a new angle. I'm not facing the wall. The reason for that is because I'm actually charging my phone while I'm filming this. I filmed this entire video, or I tried to film this entire video before my phone died, but it actually died about halfway through. So in order to get this video out, I am filming while I am charging. Um, but why am I making this video, right? Well, I'm making this video because we have new merch. So let me bring this a little closer. I'm gonna do the typical YouTuber thing, which is, all right. So these are 3x3 iron-on patches. Let me spin it around. I don't know if the light's going to do its thing, but it is an iron-on. There it is. There's there's the adhesive there. There's a 3x3 iron-on patches. I made a run of 100. They are now currently live on my Etsy shop. I will leave the link for my Etsy shop as well as my listings, just to make things easier, down below. You could just go to my main Etsy shop URL and then make your way to the listings. But just to make things easier, I am gonna put both listings for this and the posters that I talked about in my last video in the description down below. Now, where did these come from? I found a maker. Well, it's not really a maker as in like one person. It's a company. They're literally just called The Studio, and they're based out in California. They're headquartered in California, but their base of operations, like their workshop, I guess you could say, is based in China. And I ordered these maybe 2 months ago, a month and a half ago, and they came maybe last Friday, and I honestly completely forgot that they were coming. But but you know what? I'm okay with the fact that it took a while for them to get here, because, I mean, just look at how good that looks. I did ask for like a metallic, the metallic thread on the star and on the shield a little bit, but I think the star comes out a little bit more metallic than the shield, and I'm completely okay with that. But yeah, I want to talk about this symbol right here, the shield and star. I want to talk about it a little bit. Um, I have had, a couple people DM me asking why this, right? Why, of all things that you could have done, why this? I'm going to put this on my lap for just a second while I speak. Okay, actually, I'm going to pick it up again. The reason why I did this is multifold. I guess it's not really twofold. It's multifold. The first reason is, I mean, just it was the simplest to do. Not in terms of like easy to draw or easy to, create. I mean, it is, but It's just because of all the angle, because of all of the points on the star. Um, it is, kind of difficult. But and just overall, this was a very easy design to go by, and this was actually designed by a friend of mine. I asked her for help because I wanted to, um, because I was working on this. I was working on World Wheel and all that stuff, and I asked her for help because I cannot draw. Okay, I can't. So I asked her to help me first, um, to help me design an insignia, an emblem that I could use. Um, and she drew this. She drew that, and I was just like, yeah, this is perfect. I love it. So that's reason number one. Reason number two, the shield and star. Those are two of the most iconic shapes in pop culture today. Um, you have the shield and star of Captain America, um, which was kind of, again, this was kind of inspired by Captain America in a way because it is a shield and star. But I wanted it to be different. So the star that she ended up designing is actually the nautical star, um, which again, not in necessarily pop culture, but just in general throughout history, the nautical star is probably one of the most iconic shapes in history. Um, but third fold, the reason I chose the not necessarily the shape of the star and shield, the shield and star, but the reason I chose, and pick it back up again, the colors of the star and shield. Now I could have chosen at least for the star. The shield was always going to be like a silver, gray, chromy kind of a color. I know this doesn't come out as like chromy, but the reason why is just because it's made of metal. That's why, right? That's why the shield is that color. But the star, I could have made the star any color I wanted. I could have asked for any color. It could have been a red star, could have been a blue star, could have been a yellow star, which is which is technically what I chose, yellow or gold, which is what I chose, right? Could have been any color of the rainbow that I wanted, because stars come in many colors. But I chose yellow/gold. And the reason why actually lies within the character of World Wheel / Alec Gutierrez, which is the civilian name, the alias that he goes by. Alec was born with a disability, much like me. I was born with a disability. I was born with the same disability that Alec has. Alec has a disability called spina bifida, and it affects everybody in the world differently. Spina bifida is a birth defect that, as the name suggests, has to do with the spine, and it in utero. If you have spina bifida, it means that in utero, your spine didn't exactly form correctly, didn't form right, or didn't fully form. Um, and there's different types of spina bifida. There's spina bifida myelomeningocele, which is a very big word, and it's also the more severe type of spina bifida, but also one of the most common. Um, there's like 5 or 6 different kinds of spina bifida, but there's two big ones. There's two main ones, right? There's myelomeningocele, which, as I said, is the most severe and one of the two most common. And there's occulta, right, which is a little less severe. Um, and as I said, myelomeningocele is probably the more common one, and more severe. So myelomeningocele is actually, again, what I have. But even so, spina bifida, whether you have occulta or myelomeningocele, it affects people differently. Basically, it can happen anywhere on the spine, and depending on what part of the spine it happens, that kind of dictates how much mobility you have, how much control of things that you have. And I don't mean like, if you have like a really high thing that where you don't have control, that where you don't have control, where you can like spaz out. No, what I mean is your function. My function, as well as Alec Gutierrez's function, is the L1, L2 level, which basically means for us that we are paralyzed from the knee down. So from the knee to the foot, nothing. But we can kick. We can lift. But if you ask me to move my foot, like just my foot, like just do like a little twirly of the foot, nothing. I'm thinking it, but it's not doing it. Because I just have no function there. The nerve endings in my spine on the L1, L2 vertebrae, which L stands for lumbar, that's what got that's what didn't that's the vertebrae that got affected. Those are the nerve endings in my spine that were affected. Now there is surgery that basically you have to get. And unfortunately, without the surgery, you could be way worse off. In functionality, like instead of, if I didn't get the surgery, my functionality probably would be much higher. Than how I am, right? But also the surgery, it ended up causing more damage to the spine. That's just kind of an inevitable fact. It caused damage, while it fixed some things, right? So it was always going to be like this, and I'm okay with that. I'm very okay with that, because regardless, I've been able to do some pretty amazing things. I grew up pretty normal, right? I went to regular school, went to regular classes. Um, I had some, accommodations like um, I was allowed to be 5 to 10 minutes late to class. I could take a little bit longer when it comes to tests. Um, but those were just accommodations. That it didn't necessarily mean that I was in a different class. No, I was among my peers. I was among, able-bodied, as we in the disabled community call people that can walk. Um, we call them able-bodied. So I was among my able-bodied peers. Um, Made lots of friends, played sports growing up, still playing sports now at 27 years old. Um, I was in a school play when I was really young, like first or second grade. Um, I took part in um, school activities, extracurriculars. Um, Dating life, pretty normal in that I had actual relationships and stuff. So yeah, overall, pretty good. But uh, back to the spina bifida thing. Um, even if even if you found another person that had the same level as me, L1, L2, myelomeningocele spina bifida, there would still be some minute difference, right? Either his function would be lower or higher than mine, because it's not, because even though it's the same vertebrae, it's not a one size fits all kind of a deal. Think It's just that it just doesn't work like that. The disability itself, spina bifida, is actually called the snowflake disability, and what that means is basically because snowflakes typically are never the same in shape, in structure, really, because snowflakes are all different. That's how spina bifida is as well. Everyone's different. We all may have spina bifida. We all may have the same type, the same level, but we're all different, right? I just realized that there's the term snowflake in recent years has been used as a term badly lately, but in a weird kind of way, because of the spina bifida, I could say I'm a snowflake and I'm proud. Okay, no, I gotta edit that out. Oh my god, I gotta edit that out. Should I edit that out? Nah, I'm not gonna edit that out. Nah, we're good. But yeah, anyway, again, going further back in the conversation, back to the patches. The reason I chose gold is because of the spina bifida. Spina bifida has its own month, right? just like breast cancer has a month, and Black History has a month, spina bifida has a month. And just like breast cancer has the pink ribbon, I know I'm pointing to a skull, but like, everybody wears the ribbon right there. So just because every just bear with me. Um, just like breast cancer has the pink ribbon, um, spina bifida, we have our own ribbon, and it is, depending on the medium you're using, gold or yellow. Um, and so actually that's why I chose the gold star, the yellow gold star, and that's why Whirl Wheel's gloves and helmet are gold, because I really wanted to drive the point home of, he has spina bifida, but he has spina bifida, but going back to something I said, I believe I said earlier, I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch this. I didn't have someone like me in popular media growing up. On the same token, a lot of kids, a lot of teenagers, a lot of young adults didn't have a someone like them in the popular media. So I wanted to create something. I wanted to give us that. I wanted to give us that person, right? Someone that when you see them on the page or on the screen or whatever, because who knows how big this is going to get. I wanted to, somebody to look at this superhero and be like, wow, he's like me. They're just like me. And this is in a word, representation. Because representation matters. It really matters. In a way, we all have somebody that we can, relate to. Like I know I do. I have certain people that I can relate to, certain characters that I can relate to, but only on a superficial level. Like, oh, this person or this character has the same kind of sense of humor that I do. This person or this character has the same values that I do. This character has the same whatever that I do, right? But again, superficial. But I've never been able to look at like a TV show or a movie or a comic book or a video game or anything popular media. And I've never been able to see a character and say, wow, that's me. That looks like me. Right? And so it started off 10 years ago as I want to do this for myself, right? I started this 10 years ago saying I want to do this for myself. I want to do this because it's fun. I want to do this because I want to create something that I can look at the mirror, I can look at it and be like, yep, that's me. No, but I mean, yes, that's how it started. But then I got older and I started talking to friends. And I met people from the younger generation who have similar struggles to what I did growing up. Surgeries, hospital stays, uh, same disabilities, same discrimination. Because yes, we have been discriminated against in some way, shape, or form, just because we're disabled. And I realized that if I were to create this character, if I were to continue to create this character, this could be so much bigger than, oh yeah, this guy, I made him and he looks like me. I realized that I could share something with others. I could share it with others and I don't know, maybe make a change, make people think differently about how they see people with disabilities. Because we are here. We are normal. We are humans. We are human beings, just like everybody else on this planet. And so I wanted to do this for that reason. I wanted to make something that my only hope would be that it turns into something, right? That's what it's not. It's never my goal to turn into something big, but it's something that I can hope, because I think Whirlwill could really be spectacular. And for anybody who is watching, that comes from the disabled community, and any disability, physical, mental, emotional, it doesn't have to be spina bifida. Just remember that you are spectacular. You are spectacular. So on that note, I'm going to say thank you for watching. I will leave all of the links to my shop and my Instagram and all that stuff. I will leave all of that in the description down below. I hope you had guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys have an amazing day or an amazing night, depending on when you're watching this and wherever in the world that you are. I will say one last time, you are all spectacular.